Hi, Subhas, can you hear me?
Hello, yeah, I can hear you. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I am very good. I am in good humor. What about you? How are you?
I'm good as well. Thank you for asking. So tell me, Suhas, how was your day today? How was your Monday?
Yeah, it's a kind of regular day.
Mm-hmm.
Same. There is nothing new. Nothing happened extra. Anything to share with you?
All right. Nothing new, nothing exciting at all?
Yeah, same regular kind. Just went to office, then came back and did some watch some videos on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and waited for this session. So I am now. Yeah.
All right. That's lovely to hear. Have you read the topic that we have for today?
Yeah, I read. Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's a sarcastic friend, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, what do you think about sarcasm? Do you know what sarcasm is?
Yes, I know.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you
Sometimes
think?
I do with my daughter, and she always make a face and told me, she doesn't give any reply. Then when I look at her and say, "Oh, it's sarcasm," she'll tell me like that.
Hmm. I can, it's just I find sarcasm to be. So when I was younger, I never understood sarcasm in the first place because whatever anybody said, I took it literally. So if you're trying to crack a joke, I'll just take it seriously. And people used to get so upset. They were like, "Why are you spoiling my joke and whatnot?" And that's why, on my birthday, my friends actually got me a T-shirt that said, "I speak fluent sarcasm," as a joke because I never got it. But yeah, sarcasm is something I've really struggled with. Just kidding. Okay. So you like to be slightly sarcastic with your daughter. How about your friends? The topic is sarcastic friend, right? How about your friends? Do you like sarcastic friends? Do you dislike them?
Yeah, if it is, I mean, it does not hurt anybody. Just for laughing only, it's okay. If it is insulting, then it's a no.
True. I think I agree with that concept, till the time you're humor. So, there's this rule that these days exists in the world is your humor should only be about people and things which are already, your humor shouldn't be a push down humor. It's the word. So
Dark
basically,
humor. Dark
sorry?
humor. It is dark humor.
Yeah,
Dark.
dark humor is slightly different. So let's say, okay, show you the difference. Okay, so a push down humor would be something like I'm making fun of a poor person. They're already poor. They already have troubles in life. I shouldn't make fun of them. I'm making fun of an obese individual, right? But these days, what comedians have actually started doing, like the basic rule book is, rather than putting somebody down who's already down, they try to put people down who are not down. For example, I'll make fun of really rich people or really rich businessmen, or really powerful people, because everything else is going good for them. That's just, so not to push people down, at least on things that they're already insecure about. So that's a new trend in humor, is what I was talking about, which is something I like. I mean, it's preferable. And what you were talking about, dark humor, is, let's say, making fun of suicide or making fun of, really dark things in life. That becomes dark humor. hmm And some people like it. I personally find it to be, I mean, as a psychology student, I see it as a manifestation of other kinds of trauma. So I just, I don't know, I dissect it whenever I see dark humor. hmm But yeah, humans can have, really, there are really a huge variety of comedy. Like there are very various categories, which is something that I find so interesting because, for us, anything that makes us laugh is a joke, right? But for people who like write jokes and who write comedy books, they are studying about this stuff. I studied about it in literature. It's very detailed. Okay. So I'll give you the situation and then I'll ask for your opinion. Okay. So your friend has a good sense of humor, However, sometimes their jokes involve making fun of a flaw or look in something, the kind of comedy that, you know, pushes people down for something odd or different about a person and make an unkind comment. You feel uncomfortable when your friend does this. Do you say something or just laugh with them?
No, I don't like those kind of humor
Mm.
because sometimes I have found when with my colleagues also that they are making fun of someone on the basis of their caste and their looks and their physical condition, which I hate actually. And I always try to mm, prevent them from doing those things. I don't support these kinds of humor.
Mhm. I agree with you. And I personally don't support it either. I was just quickly looking up the type that I was trying to use this word, I couldn't get it. It's called slapstick comedy. SLAPSTICK. Slapstick
Okay.
comedy or slapstick humor is the kind of humor that we are going to be discussing. It's the kind of humor that puts people down. It's the kind of humor that will, I'll make fun of somebody, as we mentioned, because they're different. By the virtue of the fact that they're different, it's very common in Bollywood, sadly. If somebody walks differently or if somebody fumbles when they talk, don't you see they become a caricature?
Yeah.
They're the person you're supposed to laugh at. Like if there's an entire serious fighting scene, there's one person who can't talk nicely or who fumbles a lot will be there to sort of make the audience laugh. So that person is called a caricature. I'll write that word down for you. Do you know the meaning of the word cari? Sorry, have you ever heard this word before? Caricature.
Yes, I have heard. But I have heard in this sense that there is some caricature, like there is some art that is called caricature, like that.
Yeah. So caricature. You're right. It's used, when they draw comic strips about
Mm-hmm. Yes.
politicians. They're also called caricatures. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
That's also one usage. It's basically to mock something. Comedy in a lot of places it tends to mock people, right? So that's why we have satire, and we and sarcasm and satire are some things that go hand in hand. Do you know what satire is?
Yes.
Hmm?
Uh, yeah, yeah. Satire. This is we sometimes call it political satire,
Yes,
like
political satire is a very common form of satire. True. Yeah, so satire, as comedy has types, even satire has types. So there are political satires, there are, romantic satires even. Some people have satirized Romeo and Juliet, and they're hilarious. The stories are truly hilarious. I'll tell you my favorite satirical poem. It's a very old poem. The name of the poem is An Eulogy on the Death of a Mad Dog.
mad dog.
Dog.
Uh,
It's very interesting. If you'll read it, you'll know it was a very very strong political satire of its time. It was like I think it was written in 1870s or something. But it is if you read the poem, you'll know what I'm talking about. It will blow your brains. That's how cool it is. All right.
you know,
So
last time when we had a discussion, you told me about two small stories. You remember
yeah,
that?
yeah, I remember that short
So
story.
yeah, the one was the last leaf, and
Yes.
the other was the yellow wall or
The
something.
Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins
Yeah.
Gilligan.
So I read that one, the last leaf.
Uh-huh.
But the what was the other one?
The Yellow Wallpaper. Mhm.
Yellow wallpaper. So I started reading that one, but I found it very hard to comprehend. So
That's slightly a
it
difficult
was
story.
it was a tough for me. Also.
I can understand. Did you like the last leaf though?
Yes, yes, I like it
You
one.
did? I'll give you more stories to read. So I get the yellow wallpaper is slightly a difficult story. One story that I truly enjoy is the Telltale Heart. It is a suspense story. Another
The
one that
telltale heart. Okay.
yes, I've written it in the chat box for you. Another one is the story of an hour. All of these are that short story format that I gave you, just like the last leaf. And I like them because they're very easy to like just finish and move on with your life. So you can, give 10 minutes or 15 minutes to the story and you just learn a different perspective. So these are two stories. I think you might enjoy these two. They're slightly easier to comprehend.
Okay.
Perfect. I'm so happy you're reading. I'm always very happy when people read. All right. So the sarcastic friend, right? So you'll tell them off. You can the phrase that we use for this is I'll tell him off. Okay. So
Tell
it's
him
with
off.
yeah, tell him off or tell her off. Off.
Okay.
Okay. It basically means to point out somebody's mistake. All right. Okay. So what exactly would you say to them? This person who's constantly because for them it's a joke, right? So how would you explain it to them?
Yes, suppose somebody jokes with their dark complexion or say the physical condition. There are, so I always try to say them that you see the condition that they are in is not their fault because they have born like that. That was not in their control. They cannot do anything about that one. So we should not make fun of these things. I would try to reason with them like this.
Hmm. Perfect. I completely agree with your reasoning. And I think personally, I feel even if somebody is in a particular situation that they have contributed in, let's say if somebody has, smoked a lot and now they have cancer, that also doesn't mean that you can make fun of them for having cancer, right? I mean, right now in this situation that they're in, it's irreversible. Of course, they made a mistake. But I think we all make mistakes. Some of us have to bear the brunt for a little longer, don't you think? Some of us end up making bigger mistakes. Mhm. So when you were speaking, Subhas, I felt like you, rather than saying someone jokes about something, I would rather have you say someone makes a joke about something. Okay?
Someone make a joke about something.
Makes a joke. Okay?
Okay.
So rather than joke for something, we make a joke about something. Okay? So I do this for you. That means I'm doing it आपके लिए. About you means because of you, through you, right? So that's how we're making a joke. I'm not making a joke for you. I'm making a joke about you. Mhm.
Okay.
Wow. Rest, everything was great. You have great grammar, so you never usually falter. That's why I thought I'll highlight this part out. Mhm. So you do have a very strong base for grammar, which is something that I really, really love. Let's do one thing. I'll ask you one more question. Wait, I'll just give you your feedback because I have a slightly longish feedback for you today. Hmm? So, Subhas, you have a great vocabulary and you have a great basic knowledge of grammar as well. What I want you to do is, I want you to bring in more confidence to a session. All right? Okay. So because everything has a great this is a great amalgamation. Amalgamation is a mixture of a few things. Okay, it's a great amalgamation. What we need to put in is slightly more confidence and a slight amount of voice modulation on our part. Mhm. So voice modulation is basically sort of going high pitch, coming low, stressing on a few things, and sort of speaking some things a little bit faster, things that you don't want to stress upon. Mhm. So we're going to work towards that. I'll tell you how I want you to work towards that. Okay. I want you to watch dramatic English videos. Now, they could be anything from, let's say, a series that you've watched in English that you like, or let's say an interview of a really aggressive person. Let's say the interview of who's a very aggressive person, actor or actress.
Arnav, Arnav Goswami show.
Okay. Yes, sure. Yeah, so there, he's very aggressive and he does a lot of voice modulation, like other than just plain shouting that he does a lot. But he does a lot of voice modulation too, just to be sarcastic or be funny sometimes. I want you to practice that in front of the mirror. If you think of instances, you'll see there are a lot of people who speak not just speak impressive English, but they have an impressive form of expressing themselves because they modulate their voice. They make it more interesting for us, the listeners who are
Yes,
listening to them. Hmm? So
yes,
now,
I know that. But when I watch my video and when I hear my voice, I just don't like. So
That I can relate to such a great degree. There are a few videos of mine that are on YouTube. I never watch them because I'm so conscious and I don't know what I'm saying. So that I can completely agree to. I don't want you to watch your own videos. That's why I'm asking you to do it in front of the mirror. Because as a theater student, recording yourself when you're experimenting, this is a part of theater. Expressing yourself more creatively. But I want you to do this because that makes you a very impactful speaker.